Good afternoon. Welcome to the Planning Board meeting for June 27th. Our next meeting will be July 11th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have two decisions. Ancor Acquisitions LLC, West Hampton Tennis, Bath and Tennis, not Bath and Tennis, Tennis and Sport. I need a motion to accept the decision as written.
Make motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
The second decision is the valet parking at St. Mark's Church. Anybody here for St. Mark's Church? I need a resolution to accept the decision as written.
Make a resolution.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a resolution for West Hampton Beach Cleaners. Well, I guess we should discuss this
Yeah,
first.
we discuss this
Okay.
because there's still confusion, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Ready.
All right, so we're going to start with West Hampton Property Management, 141 Montauk Highway.
Response to comments that were made at the May 9th meeting, and memos from Mr. Hill and Ms. Bistrian. We had submitted correspondence dated June 13th with the complete architectural plans, color renderings for the building, and also an amended site plan. To address a few of the questions that had been raised, Ben had actually met with the operations manager for Citarella, specifically about the dumpster. And so the amended plan that was filed now includes a trash compactor pushed up against the building fence again, to address any concerns we have about parking on site. We also added a small area for carts directly adjacent to the door. Because the store is so small, they would like to have a little storage area. So that's been added to plan. It is a small area, and that's mainly because, and I questioned it because it looks like a minuscule little line on our plan. The carts that are going to go in this store are only going to be less than 20 inches wide. It is a small area adjacent to the house. We addressed the landscaping and the fencing that the board had concerns about along the property line to residents. Added boxwoods along the northerly patio area. The width of the entrance way was increased for ingress and egress in Montauk Highway. And we added to the plan the proposed outdoor seating on that patio area. Addressed all comments. I haven't gotten any additional comments.
I think there's some comments that there seems to be a lack of coordination in the documents. Is that correct? Do I have
No,
that right?
not this one.
Not this one.
No, from a planning perspective, they addressed all the comments that I had, and I think it looks great. Thank you.
My comments were addressed also.
Okay.
Comment.
Anybody on the board got a? You really lucky Rocco isn't here today.
Yeah, so I think the issue was last time the hazard of a left turn as that.
Well, I think we actually dealt with that with our traffic expert, and there's not a lot that's going to change on that topic.
The positioning of the driveway and what it's gonna do is really Suffolk County agreed to that about 6 months ago. I think there may be some question. They go in, right now they have 2 lanes out of the left and the right, and 1 lane in. The county may squeeze that down to just 1 in or 1 out, but that's the county's prerogative. I think it's better with
So where does that leave us?
They-
Can we approve the plan with the
Yeah, I
wider
think so.
driveway?
Well, the county won't finalize it, but we approve the plan. And ultimately, they'll determine how it's operated.
If it's drastically different, we can always bring them back to you all to look at.
But we won't have a choice.
Right. It won't be us, it'll be them.
It doesn't change anything in the site, proper site plan.
Anybody else have any comments?
No.
So where does that leave us, Anthony? Can we, render a decision?
Work on a decision.
Okay. I mean, we can work on a decision. I didn't mean.
Unless
we're
you really
rendering
wanna
one
like
today.
dictate a decision right now. Good luck.
All right, well, I guess we can close the public hearing on the topic. All right. So I make a motion that we close the public hearing and then,
Just keep it open until we have the decision. That way, we need more info. We can ask them to give us more info. Sometimes when we're working on a decision, we say, "Hey, we have one extra. form or
Okay.
something." And it helps be able to say
good,
to the applicant, can you just submit this, whatever.
okay, so, I guess this is actually a holdover, isn't it? We'll see.
We'll have a decision for our next meeting.
So do we need a motion to hold it over, Megan, or is this really?
I thought this was the new style where we had opened and already closed the public hearing.
Right.
So this is, I don't think we have any further input. And
If it's not, the public hearing's not open, then we don't have to worry about it.
See you at the next meeting with a decision, hopefully. Okay, next on the agenda. It's your turn. West Hampton Cleaners.
Apologize. She making some type of presentation.
You're not gonna blame it on Marcus, I'm sorry, Nick.
To recuperate, he wanted to get this thing in because he wants to try to help it out, but I think he gave you like a whole bunch of wrong information. You know, the general gist of what I'm sorry, Nicholas Vera, architect, 20 Mill Road, with to be for the applicant. The general gist of what we were trying to do was take that area in the back with the plastic roof and turn it into more permanent space, because I think that's where he grabs all of his stuff. So if you look at my drawing, particularly the elevation, that was the intention of what we were looking to do with the roof line. Get rid of that shed roof that's, I think it's some kind of jalousie, plastic roof on there, and turn that into permanent space.
Yeah, but wouldn't that need to be on the lower one down? Look one more down. If that were the case,
Right.
no,
Here?
that one.
Right.
Wouldn't I need to see that there?
Yeah, exactly. So it was just presented to you incorrectly. So we have to make our correction on this. And that's what I was trying to explain to Marcus. Let me do what I need to do, but he wanted to try to get this.
Well, what about the garage?
the-
Wasn't that why you were coming?
No, not for the garage. So I'm saying, when he came and made the presentation, after I spoke, I'm like, Marcus, that's not what we were trying, that's why I didn't want to make a decision, okay? So what I would like to do is before the next hearing, get you the proper stuff. The garage is existing. We're gonna reside the garage and clean the whole site up for that.
Right, well, I mean, my understanding was you couldn't do that without getting a waiver because it's a commercial site.
Okay?
Okay, so in order to put windows and clean up that garage and roof and whatever you gotta do, you still need a waiver.
Okay.
Okay, now going to the back of the building, okay. If I'm not mistaken, we've agreed to take that lean-to out of the mix, okay? And from the board standpoint, I think we're on board with that
Okay.
because otherwise we start talking site plan.
Understood. Understood. So I think I'm under the impression that this is a whole survey that
It is.
Marcus gave to you, okay?
I don't know where it came
All
from.
right, so yeah, and again, it's,
Yeah.
this was in my file, and I had pulled this thing out, but what we were looking to try to do was try to take that space back there that has that trellis, which you call the lean-to, and turn that into the part of the building that I'll call him Nick,
Nick,
wants to
yeah.
use and he's been using it. but it's just not, it's not.
That hasn't been used. I mean, we're all back there.
Okay.
And, we're really looking to clean this site up for the residents of Maple, and they're gonna,
So there's an early 80, well,
88.
because there was confusion, we pulled up the plans. There was an early 80s site plan application to do the roofed over porch in the back. One of the conditions from the planning board at that time was that it would never be enclosed. It has since been enclosed kind of like haphazardly. So I don't think, unless you want to go back and undo what the previous board did, we really shouldn't be talking about further enclosing that area unless you,
Yeah, site plan.
Wanna look at it
yeah,
again.
make some findings based on changing that previous condition.
What I would like to do is I would like to have Marcus or myself speak to Nick, let him know that was the case back then, and he wasn't allowed to enclose that space, okay? And if that's the case and he agrees to it, then we'll take it that. That's why I didn't want you to read the decision.
Okay.
I've been I've been at grand jury duty for 4 weeks.
Did
My-
you
my
convict
list-
them?
We don't convict anybody.
Make a recommendation.
We only indict them, okay? So there's gonna be a few that you'll read about in the paper tonight. I stayed far. And before that, I was recovering from my hip surgery, so it's just shoving this down my throat. But I'm even looking at this.
Marcus he can get a little agitated.
Yeah, we're waiting for him to make a decision in front of us. Don't.
Can I just make one? There's three components to the elevation. There's a 1.5-story structure. There's a 1-story, which in that drawing shows to be re-sided and new windows. And then there's the lean-to, which doesn't even appear in that drawing. Just to be clear, the lean-to porch, the last piece to the east is the only one that cannot be enclosed. You can renovate that, and we like that.
Make sure that I'm clear on what he wants to do and make sure I take Marcus out of it.
And since, just so, because you weren't here last time, this started as a code enforcement action to clean up the property, specifically with the garage. Marcus touched base with our office and told me so. So when this plan came in with the back portion, we were all confused.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Garage should really be part of this,
understood. Okay.
whatever this becomes, waiver.
Well, I came here pretty much for clarity, not necessarily for resolution, so we'll make sure that we address those items 100%, so now the board got it back, I will take care of it. Okay, I just didn't want it just to be haphazard, because I know, we had a conversation, when did we speak, last week, right? About this, right?
We have the files downstairs if you want to look through.
So I will take care of this, clean this up, make sure we get this, I think just Marcus was, trying to address this as fast as he could to make sure that they weren't in any more trouble. Well, here I am, so I'll take
Well, we
care,
all know
I'll
you've
take
got,
care of it from here on out.
you got the other Nick dealing with this too.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. You know that old Nick's can be.
Yes.
Okay.
When you're discussing with your client, just make sure that he knows that if they try and close that, where that lean-to area is and turn it into building that has parking and it's, sanitary, and it's health department.
We're not gonna go that, we're definitely not gonna do that. We're just gonna get rid of what we need to get rid of, clean the site up, take care of the, making the garage look nicer and go from there. So I think that's our best bet at this point, because we're not gonna conform to anything, and it's certainly not gonna conform to parking, not gonna conform to health department, so might as well just
Take it down, call it a day.
take it down, clean it up.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're grateful, and I'm sure the residents of Maple are grateful. Yeah.
And I suggest also, rather than just the elevation, use whatever survey you have to show the site plan.
Well, I'm gonna do a site plan, I will do a site plan from this, I just didn't get a chance to do this, so,
Well,
He's gonna be happy with that bill too, huh? He's gonna be so happy.
I get free cleaning.
I know. I figured. Before you leave the room and off the record, can you give us an update on the corner?
Well, the corner they're in negotiations with a couple of people, so, they're trying to, again, this is a business decision, it's kind of wrong, and I think it's crazy, and Brad and I talked about it before. They're trying to get somebody to come in and do a 100-year lease, which is not gonna happen, nobody's gonna want that. I have a client who I just did a job for over on Dune Road, he's sitting down with him next Saturday to make him a nice cash offer. She understands that nobody's gonna do it any other way. I told her we wanna get that building down. We were lucky that she cleaned up last week, I saw them.
You get the weeds taken care of.
But we've got abandoned buildings.
Another month, and the weeds are gonna grow again, and I'm gonna get the calls from Nick and, another Nick, so. I just wanna make sure that she's trying to get rid of this building, because they're not gonna build it out. be nice if we can get that, you know, that we really, I've worked on it for long, so. All right?
Thank you for the update.
No,
Yeah, that's
you're
good.
very, very welcome. And then, we gotta get Marcus back in here for next door, we got this one kind of approved. So,
On the corner, I know we're off the record in the corner restaurant, but, did you make the application to the health department? At one point, you talked about maybe,
the application went into the health department, they kicked it through a couple of things, told them what we needed to do, you know, it was right after Manny had passed away. She asked me just to hold off on that because it's not gonna take long, I guess they have to answer by time, as everybody knows, if they're going with the amount of seats on the restaurant.
you need to get that grandfathering done before you want to demo it, otherwise
Yeah, that's what I really wanted.
you lose a lot of.
You can
Oversee
start
the
over.
board and I will let her know.
So at some point, the village might, it's up to the trustees, they might move to just view it as like a blighted property and entertain hearing and stuff down. It's been long.
Her daughter's an attorney, we've already broached that situation, if you don't do anything with that building, okay, they're gonna force your hand, they're gonna make you take it down, so. And then kind of start from scratch, we're gonna lose all our grandfather. Okay, so, I think, only so much I can do, you know.
Well, we appreciate your good
Do my
efforts.
best.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So we're gonna add on West Hampton Inn, 43 Main Street.
Yep.
Rand, 11 Mitchell Road, West Hampton, New York. Michael, and Rand, HANRAN, sorry, I was told.
Okay.
We submitted documents, I guess, about 3 to 4 weeks ago. That were requested by the town. At the last meeting, and I'm sorry, I have not been in town for the last 3 or 4 weeks. But, don't know where it stands right now. What the position of the planning board is at this time. Was a site plan, a new lighting plan, a new landscaping.
Document, the old site plan, parking for only 10 guests as parking calculations say. And
Correct.
more parking, that's 50. And the plan and the landscaping plan that was submitted to show that. But the site plan hasn't been updated. So the site plan needs to be updated. Preventing it, the review from going forward.
Yeah, I'll have that done immediately. I'll just hold it over again to.
We're not taking you off the calendar, let's put it that way.
Right now,
Make sure you get that new plan in, before whatever the deadline is.
10 days before the next meeting.
I'll get it in this week. I have a new, I'm just getting a new architect.
Well, the site plan is, I think it's a box site plan.
It is. So the site plan has to be updated to
How many rooms do you want?
13.
I thought it was 15.
The latest landscaping and lighting plan show 15 rooms, so it looks like someone did a site plan, but we don't have the drainage, the parking, you know, all the elements that are required of the site plan itself. We do have just the landscaping and the lighting seem to match, but we don't have the underlying site.
We've got to have all the documents say the same thing at the same time.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your contract with these people. Hopefully your third and final.
No, it's just a friend. I'm just trying to help out. I mean, so I'm trying to get, motivated and get started.
Lots of good luck. We're happy to help you if you need our help.
Very much. Thank you very much.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
I guess that's it, huh?
You talked about the place on the corner, you talking about doors?
Yes. Agreed.
Need a motion to close the meeting?
Minutes.
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 I'm sorry.
Okay, June 13th minutes.
Yes, I make a motion, we adopt the minutes as written for June 13th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion, we close the meeting.
With that.